all the testing sites, who operates them. Can you just gives a general overview in the Houston, Harris County area? How many testing sites are there? How much each testing site can test up to, and how? And I guess for some people, and what candidates are best for these testing sites? Because some people who have access to, you should encourage them to go to, I guess, their private doctor if they have private insurance. You know, kind of clarify some of those things.
For Commerce, and she was integral not only in having this meeting, but in getting these donations. Obviously, opportunity for some confusion about the testing sites, because I'd like to think of it in two ways. There are the public ones, which are currently the ones that the city and the county have stood up with the support of the federal government. And then there are a number of what we'll call private ones. For example, the one at United Memorial Medical Center on THOMPSON, which has gotten a lot of media attention. And there are others beyond that. They just they haven't got after the media attention because they're concerned about how much flow they get. They want to make sure they can manage the flow. So there are actually many. With the ones that are supported by the federal government, the three that are up now, the two by Harris County and the one at Butler Stadium by the city, and we do have plans for yet a fourth one with the city once the volume of testing would require that. They have a testing capacity limit, if you will, of 250 samples per day. And that's set by the federal government because there are approximately there are probably 40 of these centers across the nation. They're using a commercial lab, and at 250 per site per day, that will max out the commercial lab. So that's why it's been limited to 250 per day. At the private sites, which are using different labs, some private labs, some commercial labs, their capacity, their limit is going to be different based on the relationship they have with the laboratory and or their ability to get people onto their property and to manage the crowds. And so there is going to be differences in those, and I apologize for that confusion. But the goal is to make testing available to the appropriate persons as widely as possible. And so that goes to the second part of your question of who should be tested and who shouldn't. In a perfect world, we would have just unlimited amount of testing, and anyone and everyone could be tested, and that would be useful because then everybody who is infected, we would be able to identify and then have that person basically isolate themselves to make sure they didn't spread it to anyone else. In the absence of having that much testing capacity, we need to prioritize and focus on those individuals who are most likely to spread the virus most widely. So there are